Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence reports. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI-analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
Everybody got their note taker coming in. It's a note taker meeting. Good morning, everyone. It is officially 9 o'clock on Monday, September 15th, a day that's going to go down in history as being the greatest day ever because it started today and it'll end later tonight. My name's Tommy Dee. I am the co-founder of the Landshark Mastermind, a group of professional real estate investors who operate businesses or have jobs, but invest in real estate for mostly to build wealth. And they understand that real estate is the best way to build wealth. So we've got a variety of investors in this room, from people that invest full-time to part-time. And what we do is we've developed this mastermind to help those that want to invest with moral and ethical standards aligned with a mission from God. Then we created a space for that to happen. The Landshark Mastermind is founded by three people. Dr. Ning Young Chan is our first founder. He has been called to do real estate by God in a dream. I'll let him tell his story about that, but I'm a big believer in manifesting, and I was on my mission to build a real estate business, and Dr. Ning Young Chen and I bumped into each other, and we discussed how we could change lives doing real estate investing. And from that, we were able to meet up with another man that was brought into my life through an act of God, Roman Rubio. He is the second founder of this, alongside of me, the third founder. And what we've done is we've taken all of our experience in real estate investing and real estate business and brought it together to build out what we know now as the Landshark Mastermind. We've got 14 members. Our sponsor is Titan Impact Group. Catherine Bell is the CEO. She's got an extensive amount of real estate investing experience. Real estate investing is something she does very well, but she also does AI very well. And so that's what we've put together today is the Deal Room. It's sponsored by Titan Impact Group. Catherine Bell helped us design an AI model that helps us analyze real estate investment deals. And that AI model is called Deal Hunter by Landshark. So Deal Hunter by Landshark is an amazing it's an amazing tool that we use to run deals so that we can analyze real estate investment opportunities faster and more effectively than we ever have in any time before in our lives. We took 30 years of experience and built out what is known as Deal Hunter by Landshark. Deal Hunter by Landshark is an AI model that analyzes deals top to bottom, head to toe. As a matter of fact, yesterday, we ran a deal and determined that there was like one or two options to be able to do the deal. Like we couldn't just go out there and do a fix and flip on it. It wasn't going to cash flow. It wasn't going to have a good return on investment. and Deal Hunter by Landshark gave us the opportunity to flip that around. So we were able to come up with two new ways to possibly buy this property and discuss how we could also maybe build in a new type of property for investors to get into, something with what's called depreciation. So we learned that when we talked with Catherine. Catherine's got an a oil and gas fund raising $1 million. If you want to get into that, go to catherinebell.ai and have the discussion there. But catherinebell.ai, by the way, is Catherine Bell's virtual assistant, and it is 100% like her. So if there's anything you need to ask Catherine Bell and you want to know an answer immediately, catherinebell.ai will give you that opportunity. Go there and have a conversation with it. I like to use the call mode where I can actually talk to her like she's sitting across from me, or we're in a, like we're in a Zoom call or something over the phone. So it's a great way to have a conversation with her. But back to this, you know, what we were able to discover is with Catherine Bell doing her oil and gas fund, she's able to pass through to her investors the 80 to 90% depreciation of the business part of that investment. And so that pass through to an investor is good for their taxes. And so this is an opportunity for investors to invest money, but also get a large tax to depreciation through through an investment that's going to pay for the next 20 to 25 years. So the oil and gas fund that Catherine's got going was a show we did last Friday. It's on our YouTube channel over on Titan Impact Group. Go to Titan Impact Group on YouTube. I think it's TIG20B is the name. You go look at TIG20B, and you'll find our YouTube channel. So I'll be putting that out as well. But all right, so let's see. I've got the ChatGPT open to Deal Hunter already. If you don't know how to find ChatGPT, you basically go to the GPT search bar, and you can find in here you can find where uh, where you can search for Deal Hunter by Landshark. And I'm operating from two computers because Catherine's computer doesn't have my login for my ChatGPT,
That's good though.
and so my laptop does, but I can't host a
Yeah,
meeting
but
from
I
my
don't know
laptop
if he's gonna catch all that
and
missing
start the
shit.
meeting from my
He
laptop
asked if there's
without
outlets going on
Catherine's
the back
computer. It's a
wall.
little
He's
bit.
like, no, it's getting
I'm
far.
doing it a very. It's called Polish engineering. Corey would probably be able to explain that a lot better than me. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning, guys. I'm just wrapping up here, kind of listening in. I'm just wrapping up an inspection with
Corey, are you
somebody
with
took
me?
Can you hear me?
Sergio, are you there?
Yeah, you can hear Corey. I'm hearing him talk.
I don't know why I don't hear anything. Yikes. I've been talking for a minute, and unfortunately, I don't know if I have sound or if I don't have. Put something in the chat if you can hear me. So I am getting no vocals right now. All right, so you can hear me, but I can't hear you guys, and that kind of sucks. Um, hmm. Yeah, but I don't know why I can't hear you guys, so a little worried about that, but not too much. I turned it off and turned it back on, see if it works, but it didn't. So,
Can you hear us now?
um, we'll just jump back into it. You guys can hear me. That's great. I got the chat open. So, if you guys have anything to say or want to add to this, throw it in there. But today's Monday, and basically on Monday, I like to teach people about how GPT works and what it does. And I thought I would, I thought I'd take the opportunity today, just kind of help people find their way around on GPT. So again, um, when you go to GPT, you can explore GPTs right here and type in whatever you want to find stuff. The other thing is you can make GPTs for what you need. And this is what Catherine Bell does very well. Catherine makes and produces a GPT like Deal Hunter by Landshark. Deal Hunter by Landshark runs our real estate deals. We have free estimates. Free estimates runs our estimates. Like we can put a bunch of pictures in here of property. The other day I put blueprints in here and said, run this deal. I think I got some blueprints I can put in here. Let's see. That's a Roatan deal. Wendon Properties. That's the LOI for Wendon. Wendon Marketplace. Here we go. So there's a asset list. Let's do that one, that one, that one. You guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm just loading some loading some pictures here. Or I mean PDFs. Give me an estimate for this commercial work in, well, it'll figure out where it'll be. It figured out it's in Windon. So what this AI model does is it'll produce information about what it's going to cost to fix stuff up. I provided it with the PDFs of the building and everything else, and it says it's going to cost about $273,000 to do all the work out there. So it even picked out where it's going to have structural concern. I was a contractor for 30 years. My family, I'm literally a fifth generation builder. And so when I built this, I used all of my knowledge get passed down through generations to put into this thing called free estimates. And I put in there, pay attention to structural stuff. So anywhere that there was pictures, this tool called free estimates went in and looked for structural concerns. So it didn't find any load bearing walls, couldn't check for foundation integrity, couldn't see if the roof edges were an issue or plumbing zones were an issue. So that'll tell me to go out and get pictures of that, and I can give it to this and it'll analyze that for me as well. So there is a consideration for opportunity zones, which means that we would have to increase how much money we actually spend on building it out because it currently doesn't qualify. We have to actually spend more than 270,000 to fix it up. The hiring tips are right there, pretty good advice on what to do. And then final note is that the 13.8% cap rate is attractive, but the rehab costs will affect short-term cash flow, so plan accordingly. The estimate use the estimate as a budgeting tool, but you let contractors bid it out for more accurate pricing. So you can see that this is not designed to be the end all be all. It's designed to be the beginning, kind of like the sand that you still need to go get mortar and water for, you know? So one of the things that it also does is it'll provide me with a PDF. So if I put in your watch this, I'm gonna start talking to it because it's easier to talk. This looks great. What I want now is for you to put the estimate into a canvas, display in the chat, and make it to where I can edit it and download it, and then send it out. And so by doing that right there, what it does is it allows me to talk to it. And I do this a lot when I'm driving. And then I send it out the information, and boom, this is called a canvas. What it did was it now put it into its own separate, kind of like window in a window. I don't know if you've ever used tabs before, but this works really good for designing contracts, estimates, all that stuff. So putting together deals is really nice with this because I can edit as I go, right? So I can either copy it. You see up here, I can copy it. I can edit it right inside there like this. I can click it and boom, now I can be inside here and I can start typing wherever I want. If I know that like the estimate for the interior renovations is going to be $60,000, not 55, I can make that adjustment right there. But that's not going to actually help me teach my GPT anything. If I need to add it, add information over here, I can add information over here. So that'll help it, right? So, but part of this is that I can add what I want. To exit out of this part, I gotta find my, get out of here like that. I go back to here, I can download it now if I want to, as a PDF. If it looks good, I'll download it and save it as a PDF or as a Word doc. So great for making all kinds of adjustments on. So down here, what I need to do is I need to tell it, the information looks pretty good, but I want you to increase the cost per square foot for the construction and all of the stuff by 7%. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to put a buffer in. And so because I don't want to go through and manually fix all that, I'm going to tell it to do it right here. Make the changes in the canvas and update the canvas with these new numbers. And what I'm doing now is I'm teaching it how I want to edit it. Instead of editing it myself, it'll now go in and rewrite it with the new information. And see, so it bumped all the numbers back up. I got my cushion, I got my buffers now. Right? And so now my total estimated cost to rehab is $291,000. Now what I need to do is this. One of the big things with this is that when I go here, I'm going to need to tell it, watch this. I'll say, I'm going to go the other way. Here we go. This information looks great, but I want to make sure that we're opportunity zone compliant. So give me a case study on what I need to do to make sure that I meet the 51% rule of substantial improvements and make sure I stay regulatory with that regulation. And so in opportunity zones, there's a regulation that says we have to do substantial improvements. Let's see if it understands what I just said. Should, because it has the knowledge and database. So it's called the substantial improvement rule or substantial improvement test. So it describes it right there. So as a building only, the buildings only value, only worth 270,000. By doing $291,000 worth of work within that 30 months of acquisition, then we're good to go. And this is a testimony right here to why we want to start that land acquisition fund and do the land stabilization deals, is because of that 30-month acquisition deal. You have to do stuff within 30 months of acquisition. So somebody's calling me. Call him later. Talk to him later. It's Josiah. Josiah should be on the Zoom call and not calling me on the phone. He's calling me about a deal we ran. We were excited about it. Only issue is it is not in an opportunity zone, so we're kind of stuck. We won't be able to get in that deal. So anyway, back to our deal right here. So if we structure this through a QOF, we can buy it and then get it into regulations. So it does meet that criteria. So we're good to go. Give it a thumbs up. And let's spin off into another conversation. So part of the GPT store is that you can find GPTs for just about anything. And free estimates was one of those things that I thought was important, because we were struggling so much as contractors on getting, on getting ourselves to be able to advance like the rest of the world did after COVID. And I feel like that free estimates and Deal Hunter provides that acceleration. So we do have the opportunity to come in and do live demos. You can also go to catherinebell.ai and it'll give you a demo. Like we've trained that AI model. It's Catherine's, it's a clone. It's a clone of Catherine. It's an absolutely amazing feature. catherinebell.ai clone. And you go over there and have a conversation with it. It'll teach you how to use Deal Hunter. It'll teach you how to use free estimates. It'll teach you how to use GPT Pro Builder. It'll teach you how to find your client avatar. It'll teach you a bunch of stuff. So an amazing AI coach. So the other thing I did was I created an AI model out of parody, just being lighthearted. I created an AI model that based on communication being a big factor in relationships. Sometimes humor and levity brings joy to a relationship. And so I created what's called the sarcastic swashbuckler. And if you're ever having an issue with your wife and she's giving you a hard time, you can actually record her and be like, hey, you're leaving stuff all over the floor and you need to really clean up after yourself. And I'm tired of your mother coming over here telling me we have a messy house. She raised an animal. Oh my God. Can you please go get a shower? You really stink. And so if that's how your wife talks to you, you can record that, send it in, and then what it'll do is it'll respond in a way that gives you options if you like to talk like a pirate. Now, I built it with the character of Johnny Depp, from Pirates of the Caribbean, because he's technically the only man to actually ever win an argument with a woman legally. And so when he won his court case, I had built this. This is how long ago I built stuff. And it says here, ahoy, batten down the hatches. There's a full-blown tempest in the galley. And so it talks like a pirate. And it makes it fun to communicate with your loved one if they're having a bad day. Me apologies, me lady. I didn't turn on our quarters. I didn't mean to turn our quarters into the Bermuda Triangle of laundry and snacker wrappers. As for the stench, tis the musk of a hard-working sea dog, but fear not, I shall scrub myself till I shine like Poseidon's cutlery. And next time your mother sails in unannounced, I shall be sure to hide the cannonballs and spray some lavender. And so if that doesn't quell your wife, she probably hates your guts. So what it can do is it can also soften it, it can escalate it and get very sarcastic, can role play it, it can make it romantic, and it's a lot of fun to play with. So how I do these things is right here in what's called Chat GPT Builder Pro. You can make a GPT for yourself privately or publicly. Catherine trained me on how to do this. It takes a while, and Catherine builds them out too. So if you're ever interested in learning more about this, book a call on meetcatherinebell.com, and she'll walk through what you'll need to do to build out your own GPT model. Oh, by the way, it's not free. Um, and then um, one of the things recently that I did, I want to go back to exploring GPTs real quick and see. I created one called I am Charlie Kirk. I'm not a political and by nature type person, but I do believe in our constitutional rights to free speech, freedom of religion, Second Amendment. And so I go on social media every day and I'm running into shit where people are misquoting this kid and this guy who unfortunately was assassinated. And what I did was I taught this AI model to debate and talk like Charlie Kirk by using his videos and his transcripts from his videos, his actual words, not quotes that people are pulling out of context. And so if you go there and have a conversation with it, you'll be able to ask it to reference any of his YouTube videos that are on his page. And so anything licensed from his page is in full context and can't be misquoted. And so this is a great place if you are a fan of Charlie Kirk to go and find where he was saying certain things so that you're in the right mindset about what's going on right now. His tragedy should lead to growth, according to the word. And so it is built with faith based. It's free. I created it just so people could go and have a conversation with it. It also gives people that were wanting to discover why he thought and fought for what he fought for. You can go there and have those conversations. And so go look through the conversation starters. There's 26 of them, and you can have a conversation with him about all different kinds of things that he thought about, and it's all based on his videos. I know we can never really know anything more than that, but the um, what he stood for was enormous. We couldn't be doing this show right now and talking about the things we're talking about if there weren't people like Charlie Kirk. You didn't have to agree with anything he said, but you did have to respect what he was doing. And unfortunately, it just a group of people cannot do that. And so, therefore, that's why we have the things he stood for. So, to protect ourselves against a tyrannical government, not to protect ourselves against a lunacy of society. So, I want to take a moment of silence and pray for Charlie Kirk. So, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come together today and share all things real estate, all things investing. And we know that with the mission that we've come together under of leaving all people, property, and communities better than we found them, we know that we're doing your mission, Lord. And we ask that you bless the people hurting from this loss. And we ask that you find mercy for their family and their pain and their suffering, but also bring swift justice, Lord. We ask, as David did, for there to be enormous amounts of pain heaped upon the people's heads that are in disdain over this and celebrating his death. May they suffer the wrath of the Lord and not the wrath of man, for we are too weak for revenge, and revenge would do nothing but poison us to the devil. So we ask this through your name. Amen. So if you're interested, go there, show your support by going to turningpointusa.com, tpusa.com, and donating. Go and support his wife by learning more about her and her mission and how she's going to keep this thing going. Turning Point USA is never going away. So they created they created a community on the day that Charlie Kirk died. Songs will be written. For me, it's reminiscent of what happened to John Lennon. John Lennon changed a generation, and he was silenced for it. And so here we are again, repeating history. So prepare yourselves, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. So that's all I got for that. I'm going to jump out of that soapbox. Go check out I Am Charlie Kirk. Have a conversation with it. Tell people about it. Copy it. Send it out. Get people to check it out and use it. Anyway, some of the other things I like to use. I did not create this, but I do use it every day, basically. I used to have what was called, prepaid legal services, PPG on the stock exchange. And I had the stock because I used the service. I was in the prepaid legal service program. And so 2 years ago, when I started using AI, I was using prepaid legal service to start all my LLCs, to create all my documents. It was costing me a shit ton of money. And what I learned was that GPT, because of the way it's programmed, designed, etc., it can copy what I was paying for. And so since I had already paid for a shit ton of documents that I've already, every single time I needed a document, I would go and pay for it to be reviewed, etc., but they would create it. And so I cut that down by using this not a lawyer, not a legal advisor, US law information. And what it does is it helps me put together the paperwork that I need to start LLCs, to put together offering memorandums, to build PPMs, to put together anything that I'm going to file at the courthouse, anything that I'm going to file at the government, anything that I want somebody to sign, joint venture agreements. It came up with a strategic partnership agreement, non-binding. These are things that are imperative when you're trying to build relationships, because again, like I think about, when I in business, you're building relationships. I think about relationships from the romantic standpoint. When you are dating and courting somebody, you'll write them love notes, right? And so love notes kind of solidify it. It adds validation. It builds trust. So when you're working with people, you want to put in front of them little love notes, like, here's a joint venture agreement, what I'm going to do for you, what you want, what I want you to do for me, and how that benefits us both, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So putting together these documents are important, and putting together these agreements are important, because it builds trust, it builds accountability, it builds relationships. So I like to use the US law information, GPT, not a lawyer, not a legal advisor. And what it does is it breaks everything down. It helps too when people sue you. And it kind of helps you from a pro se standpoint. If you know how to look up case law, it'll help with that. And so I'm in a situation right now, like, I'm gonna use this right now to run a specific situation. Because I'm faced with something right now, but can you do a little bit of case law research? I'm trying to see if there's any case law regarding due diligence on behalf of the buyer and releasing seller and or lien holders of any damages because buyer did not perform due diligence. I have a little situation where I had a lien on a property and another bank came in and foreclosed on it while my lien was active. And they took the property over and then sold it, but then never gave me any of my money. They never notified me of it. And so, you know, it was a pain in the ass. But now they're trying to sue me to get me to do a release. Because I did settle with the other guy. He got out of his deal, but I didn't get any money from it. But I signed a release on a piece of property that had a broken, it's basically called a broken foreclosure. So, here we are right here. So I might be able to bounce around this thing. So this is something that I enjoy about my GPT as well, is that it allows me to find stuff called it provides me with a way to search what's called Boolean style searching on Google Scholar. When I was going through my doctorate degree, we used this particular uh, method of searching and method of research uh, was using Google Scholar and using Boolean style information. Now we had to come up with it ourselves. GPT just gave it to me right there. I love it. So, I'm not really satisfied with that answer, so I'm going to be a little bit trickier with it. Can you find anywhere in Arizona law, real estate law, that about due diligence and who it is responsible for? I mean, you don't have to talk perfect grammar to it. It'll figure it out, but it also evaluates you on your grammar and thinks you're a dumbass if you talk stupid to it. So I'm not saying talk stupid to it, but like understand if it's not providing you good information, it's because you didn't ask it properly. So here it says, uh, real property disclosure and sale and leases, seller and leasing must disclose material facts, land division disclosure affidavits, real estate license disclosure. What does due diligence mean? So, is there any Arizona law related to liens on property and how to quiet the title if there's a lien on the property and it transfers ownership? What happens to the lien? And so, um, trying to discover if there is an opportunity. So judgment liens, like we didn't have a judgment lien. It was just an open lien. It was a mechanics lien like that right there. And so, common expense liens and condominiums. It's pretty interesting. The other thing I like is that it provides me with sources. So you can see here, it's not just pulling up, bullshit from anywhere. It's providing sources like the Arizona State Legislature right there. It's showing us the Arizona Mechanics Lien Guide from Level Set. Level Set's an amazing website that'll help you get liens taken care of. And the reason why we're talking about this is because when you're doing fix and flips, I know I got a guy in here doing fix and flips right now. You need a person watching your back on the legal side of everything, man. And so knowing your lien laws, knowing your construction laws, knowing your all that shit will protect your investors, and it's called risk mitigation, right? There's a bit of risk mitigation when you're able to say, well, I know all the real estate laws and I got a real estate lawyer. Or I use a program called Level Set to make sure that we have all of our liens in place, and we're not going to lose our ass when this if this deal goes south, blah blah blah. So you're putting all that in there. So that's just I'm gonna further this conversation later. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to my partner right now. By doing this share button right here. And I encourage everyone to do this. It says there may be personal information in this, so it's warning me. But I encourage everyone to do this. If you ever have a question about it, copy the link like this. Copy the link and then send it to me in the group chat. Copy it and send it in the group chat to me. Boom, see, copied. And what we do is we can I'm going to put it in this chat right here. So you guys, if you use this one, let me get that in there real quick. So if you go to the chat and you click on that link, it'll bring you right into this conversation. I won't see anything. We'll all see this part of the conversation, but we won't see anything beyond this part of the conversation. I can continue the conversation my way. You can continue it your way. But this is the basis of it. And then not only that, now you have access to this bot. Failed to load. Try again. It let me go straight to it. So there you go. Now, something else I want to bring up is put that away. Put that away. We're gonna go. I want to go over here. I've seen this pop up. I'm gonna pull this up. It's called in the GPTs. It's called consensus. I got two more I'm going to show before the time's up because nobody can talk. So I'm going to just keep talking. Consensus does research of scientific literature. And scientific literature does not necessarily mean like only like scientific data. You can actually go in here and ask it for what is, oh shit, wrong box. What is the demographics of South Phoenix and what type of market is there for retail? in the real estate investment world. Consensus will go out and do a high grade amount of research. You can see here that it's set up to pull data from these sources, the scientific sources. So I chose South Phoenix because I've got a property down there I'm going to go look at. So it explains like everything that I need to understand about that area down there. Right. Whenever I like it. There we go. You can see here that you got retail vacancy rates that are about 5.1%. The rents are about $18 per square foot. We're looking at this area for opportunity zones because there's quite a bit of opportunity zone space down there. Catherine Bell in New York City doing amazing shit. What's going on?
I am here. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the Statue of Liberty behind me?
You know what sucks?
There
I
she
can't
is.
hear you. I can see you pointing at stuff. We're gonna stop sharing so we can get her whole thing on the screen.
Can you hear me now?
Oh God, there you are. So
Can you hear me?
we can't hear nothing, or I can't hear nothing anyway.
Turn
And
up the
can hear
volume
you.
on
nobody
the
else can,
computer.
as far as I know. Can
Can
anybody else
anybody
hear
else hear
Catherine,
me?
Roman?
Yes, I can hear you,
Oh, I'll shut
Catherine.
up. Go,
Yeah,
Catherine. I
Roman can
you
hear
go.
me. It's because you haven't turned the volume up on your computer. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see the Statue of Liberty right there? I don't know if you can see it. So there's the Statue of Liberty. And where am I? I'm at the top of One World Trade Center, floor 64. Apparently this isn't the top floor, but it feels like it. We are literally like overlooking, and I'm going to do some videos. I'm really excited that you actually get to see the helicopters that are the taxi cabs back and forth. I want a helicopter taxi cab. We can do that one day. So yes, I am here speaking at an investors conference. Very honored to be speaking here with family offices and PE groups, some really big operators that are doing some really amazing things. So more to come on all that. So didn't mean to interrupt, just wanted to pop in and say hi and give a little wave to the Statue of Liberty.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can hear me, Tommy. Corey heard me. Okay, good.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, it's great that you had that conference.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing connections that are coming and some amazing things for all of us. So that's my job is I'm a
Great.
super connector. So I'll be bringing back these amazing connections for all of us. So I'm excited.
Yeah, just to keep you updated. Just to keep you updated too. I spoke with the city managers out here where I'm at, and they're about to have another meeting like we had in the past. Hopefully get those buildings that we need for the data centers or whatever other
Nice.
land they have. So they're going to bring it forward that whatever city own, and then we'll go ahead and see what's the best thing we can kind of bring in for investors.
So exciting. I love it. Well, I'm
Right.
excited for all the things and bringing the money to the table.
There you go.
Love it.
Great teamwork. Great teamwork. Have fun.
Yes. Thank you.
Right.
Thanks for letting me pop on, Tommy. I don't know if you can hear me.
He probably has that new AI that the wife thing.
You might want to tell him I'm done talking if he can't hear me.
Yeah, let me see.
All right, I think I think I figured it out, but I don't know if I figured it out. It doesn't matter. We're still running Polish video production over here, PvP. It's all good. We like PvP. It does us well. I'm going to have to listen to this later. She has to go to her next meeting. Bye. Have fun. Thanks for stopping in. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that on YouTube though. We're recording all these and putting them on YouTube. And when I get them over on YouTube, I'll be able to watch it and hear what she got to say. So I'm hoping she's having a good time out there. and she's doing some important stuff with family offices. Super cool. Speaking of family offices, we're getting close to the wrap up right now. I wanted to show you one more thing, so I'm going to share the screen again. And what I'm going to do is open it up right there. This is a program called Sora. When I was over there on my GPT, I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Stop sharing. When I was over here on this one, if you guys can see this, throw a thumbs up in the chat. Right over here on the side, it says Sora. If you click on that, it goes over to this website. Okay. And so this website does videos and pictures. And it's pretty cool. So this one doesn't have the talk method. So let's see what it does. Takes a little bit of time too. So it'll probably run. Oh, bullshit. There we go. All right. So it'll produce 4 videos, it looks like. So we'll see. I love the cactus bed. That's crazy. But it produces some really high quality stuff, like stuff you would I don't know, you can't really get a photographer to produce this stuff. So like these guys. And it can be as realistic as you want or as fantastical as you want. And then the other cool thing is that you can go back over on GPT. I think as this thing works, I'm not allowed to move. So I'm allowed to kind of like scroll this, but that's it. Look at this kangaroo. Like if you've ever seen a kangaroo, they are no joke. They're no joke. They'll beat your ass. But all of these are AI generated. I mean, that dude looks real as hell, right? The dog's super chill. You got a fox on the roller coaster. Which, by the way, I've got the perfect spot for a roller coaster in the desert. It's an insane like mountain roller coaster that I want to do, but a lot of money. A lot of money. Like look at this one. This one right here is funny right here. You got the A Team, you got Fred Flintstone, you got the Back to the Future car in there. You got everything right there. That's cool as hell. It showcases all the people. So, it looks like we're getting there. It looks like we're getting there. I like this one. You got the Joker. You got the Joker and Batman cruising down the road. Joker's doing the selfie, and they're tugging a stogie. A whale in the woods. Crazy. Almost there. Almost there. What is going on here? A beer. That looks like a beer waterfall. I think that's crazy. All right, where are they at? Here we go. Check this out. So I mean, it did basically what I told it to do, right? And because I think it's a little choppy on this screen, but over here on mine, it's seamless. It's not choppy at all. So I think it's just the buffering speed of everything else. So, but I can download that right there. Um, these are just some other stuff that I came up with. If only it was that easy, right, Roman?
Exactly.
What else did we get? I got blueprints for containers on here. It can create floor plans if you tell it, what you want. The other thing is you can be very specific about your prompt, by telling it saying in GPT, I want you to create this. And so I'm working in Sora, and so watch this. I'm gonna jump over to that screen. We got like 2 minutes left, so let me jump in there real quick. I'll show you how I do this. And move this fucking thing around all over the place. So I'm gonna just go have a new chat. And I'm gonna start it right here. Hey, I'm working in Sora, the photo and video program, and I want you to create a prompt for me to put in there. I want to have luxury style mountain vistas under construction being built, construction workers walking around. They're building a retreat in the mountains of Arizona. So make sure that the scenery and the vegetation match, and make sure there's like a sunset in the background, some animals and stuff like that. Let's really make it look, professional for investors to look at. So when I give it a prompt like that, it's going to then produce what Sora is going to need. And all I got to do is copy it right there. and take it back with me over to Sora. And when I did this before, this is what it came up with. And again, it's seamless on mine. It looks like it's on a helicopter flying by. So Soar is just amazing. I'm going to post that in there and tell it to build it. Some videos. And this is another tool you can use with GPT. On Mondays, we talk about all the things you can do with GPT, not just real estate, but this is all for real estate. Like I can make my videos here with real estate. I can get my legal advice with GPT. I can get my contracts professionally designed on here. You know, so there's so many cool tricks. I learned it all by going to CatherineBell.ai. I learned it by having meetings with Catherine Bell. She integral in helping me get a lot of things set up. And so if you guys ever want to get things accomplished in your AI life, I suggest you at least start having conversations with CatherineBell.ai and then start booking calls to get, to start investing in what you're doing. Because she can make your world 100,000 times different with the way she gets AI to operate. So um, I'm Tommy Dee, proud founder and facilitator of the Deal Room. It's been a great day, and I hope everybody else has a great day. Go out into the world and make a difference. I'm going to lead out with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day and the blessing of all the people in this room. Guide and protect us all so that we may do your will in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. See everybody tomorrow, 9 a.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. You can hang out and stay here if you want to. I'm going to stay here until this thing is done running this video because I want to see what it looks like and catch it on video. I like this one of Marilyn Monroe. It's crazy. There's a theme here with beer in the woods. Oh, there you go. There's a pump jack. Pump jack for the pumps and pumps. Wow, that one's weird. Charlie Kirk, Hulk Hogan, and a couple of Native Americans with Jesus. Yeesh. This one's funny. Wow. That's all I got to say about that. Wow. Wow, look at that. Teletubbies. Looking pretty satanic. Yikes. Alright, so let's go check it out. This one never came through, so we're just gonna end that one right there. But this one. Oh, these are cool. These are super cool. And last but not least, so there you go. That's Sora. Sora is an amazing program for doing stuff online. Make sure you check it out. Everybody have a great day.